Say when. One, two, three, four audio.
Rosemarie?
Hi. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay. Anytime.
Thank you. Maybe first of all, Rosemary, could you explain what's happening now with the organization, the ICC you're working on, the Canadian delegation?
Well, we have 18 official delegates from Canada going, and they've all been appointed, most of them from the regional organizations and from the national organizations. In addition to the official delegates, we have 10 elders going from Canada. We have 15 to 20 performers, about 10 interpreters, and I'm hoping that we can get funding for 2 youth delegates, because I think that is a very important issue to address. But in the overall General Assembly, there are 54 official delegates from Canada, Alaska, Greenland, and this year we'll have observers from the Soviet Union.
Mm-hmm. That has been confirmed?
That has been confirmed last August, when the ICC Executive Council had a delegation go over to Moscow and to the Far East, where we met with our Inuit counterparts. And when we went back to Moscow, the Council of Ministers handed down their decision to us that Soviet Inuit would indeed be participating at this General Assembly. So in that sense, it's going to be a very exciting and historic conference, because ICC has been advocating that there should be participation from the Soviet Inuit since 1977, and this is the first time that they're being allowed to participate.
Mm-hmm. Will there be, you think, any decision whether they will eventually become full members?
Well, when we were in Moscow, the Council of Ministers indicated that they would just be observers at this General Assembly. And under the charter of the ICC, they are not official voting members as yet. So depending on how the response is from the Soviet Union, I'm quite certain that they will be official delegates in 3 years' time, once the ICC Charter and Constitution has been changed to include them.
Mm-hmm. The Canadian delegation, how is it coming along? Like it's going to be a big thing to organize. How is it moving?
Well, I'm really quite pleased with the way plans are going, because for the first time we've really had, ICC has had a lot of support from the regional organizations. The regional organizations have named some resource people, and they've indicated that they want to help ICC be the contact person for their regions. And in fact, one of the things that we're asking them to do is to hold a raffle for 2 tickets to go to the General Assembly across the Arctic. And I think that people are quite excited about that. So that will raise ICC's profile. As far as funding is concerned, we've also had support from the regional organizations in some cases for the first time, and we've had very strong indication from the territorial government that they will support the NWT participants for their travel and expenses.
Mm-hmm. So with that support, there's also a commitment financial commitment?
Well, with the territorial government, we are asking for a cash donation plus in-kind services in a number of areas. And that's what we're also asking from regional organizations, simply because I think it is really important that ICC is well known in the regions. And what better way than to include them as part of the working group, so that, you know, they have that daily contact with the ICC Canada office.
How far do you still have to go to raise the $300,000 you need?
We've managed to receive a commitment for about half of it from territorial and the Inuit organizations. We still have to do the federal fundraising, so it'll mean lobbying and setting up meetings with myself and Mary Simon in the next few weeks. But we are very confident that we'll receive the funding for the Canadian delegation, simply because the issues that are going to be discussed at the General Assembly are of such high interest.
So maybe could you outline what these major issues are going to be?
Well, I think one very important area is, of course, the environment, with the pollution, Arctic pollution entering our waters, our lands, our air, our food chains, and in fact in our bodies. I think that is an issue that has hit every person in the north. So that will be a big issue that will be discussed. The Arctic policy principles, the draft Arctic policy principles, which will guide the Inuits' future, will be discussed and you know, developed further. The UN work that ICC has done on human rights and the International Labour Organization will be reported on. So those are some of the major issues, and we've had very strong interest in youth and youth suicide in the last few weeks. So I'm sure that will be addressed in the General Assembly, if not in the concurrent Elders Conference.
Some special events like that are going to be happening aside from the ones you already highlighted.
Yeah, well, in addition to the General Assembly and the Elders Conference, ICC is really a wonderful organization because it brings people from all over the circumpolar region together to express their culture. You know, so we'll have traditional and contemporary musicians and performers, you know, in theater, plays, dances. And from Canada we have about between 15 to 20 people going, depending on what size of an aircraft we get. In addition to the nightly entertainment at the General Assembly, there'll be cultural exhibitions from each country. And this year we've asked 3 Inuit organizations to organize cultural exhibitions. The other thing that I've been working on is I would really like to see the Canadian delegation go in national dress, because I think that there has to be a sense of being from Canada. And you see the other delegates from the other countries coming in, you know, in costumes, and I'd like to see the Canadian delegates come in with national dress. So I'm working on that.
Thank you.
But it should be a very exciting conference.
Thanks.
Nobody moved.